Rizzo, ESPN 106.3. It's college sports seasons. It's NAIA schools are back in the thick of it right now. Let's talk about some national championships. Let's bring in the Keiser University Athletic Director, Kris Swogger, for Ask the AD.
It's time to Ask the AD. Keiser University Athletic Director Kris Swogger joins Russo and Rizzo to talk all things college sports, the latest on Keiser Athletics and more. Ask the AD is presented by Keiser Seahawks Athletics. Learn more at kuseahawks.com.
Mr. Swogger, welcome in. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Great time of year. Everyone's hopeful, ready to compete, and it's a fun time.
Yeah, so give us a little bit of rundown. Everybody's back on campus, raring up for the fall summer season.
Yeah, we actually have volleyball. They kick off our fall sports this Friday. So we got a volleyball tournament on campus Friday, Saturday. Football's in high gear. They're getting ready. They go on the road. August 30th is their first game on the road, but season tickets are up for sale now. And then women's soccer is back. They have a couple scrimmages before they kick off. Men's soccer is getting ready to roll, so we're in the thick of things.
You don't miss things if they're on campus, you don't miss those, like the volleyball event. You don't miss that, right?
Only
You
for
wouldn't miss it for the world.
Only if
I'm just
it's
trying
a
to get
good
to the bottom of
reason.
it. No,
Would you miss it for Russo and Rizzo?
No.
Would I miss it for Russo and Rizzo? I don't know. So
Hold on.
top 63. I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going.
All I'm saying is, like, something's in your backyard. Like, the athletic director, you're gonna go. You're gonna show up.
It was
right?
my wife Stacy. By the way, happy late birthday. It was her 40th birthday on Saturday. So I, unlike some people in this room, reach out to loved ones and people that I am close to on their birthdays. Not only communicating with them, but texting with them. I know you missed one of your close personal friends one time.
Jim.
So
God bless you, Jim.
it's actually my dad's birthday too. So both of them are born the same day.
So, a little background. We had our Top 63 event over the weekend, our 14th annual, where we honor the top 63 football players in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast on high school football, which kicks off next week, as well as the top 20 flag players. Great event. Everybody in the office, all the friends at the station, Keiser University was there. It was at Keiser, so it was Keiser left and right. I was so excited to see Mr. Swogger. And then this guy was a no-show. And then I hear it's your wife's birthday. And then I'm like, oh, hold on. It's 40th birthday at Keiser University for Top 63 awards. That doesn't sound like a bad birthday to me. I thought that was
that's right up there on her bucket list. That's exactly where she wants to be.
Here's what
it is. I empower my people. I trust them. They know how to run a great show.
Oh, they did a great job.
You guys were good. You're setting up letters and doing the stage. Miles, Coach Russ is up there. So, hey, I trust everyone to get the job done.
My only pushback is stop up at like 15 minutes and then go. Hey,
he did say it was a birthday party. He did say it was a birthday party.
You threw a party at the crib.
And I also live in Sunrise, so that's an hour up here to go back down that way. So
I see. Partner.
A FaceTime in wouldn't have hurt. Hey guys,
I didn't get asked to get remoted in. I could have done
Kris,
that.
It's in your backyard. I was expecting you to come out of your office.
I thought you'd have a segment with Theo at the desk.
No one asked me to. So that's it. No one asked me.
So if I asked you, you would have came down to Top 63 to jump on the show.
I'll be there next year because next year her birthday will either be on Sunday or Friday.
So I thought him and Theo would be duking out on that sports desk that we got up there.
Yeah.
Over Miami.
Wow.
I didn't get asked.
Listen,
no one even asked me.
Wife's 40th birthday, ESPN Top 63 awards. I mean, it depends who you ask where your priorities lie. But we appreciate it nonetheless.
Now, Kris, have you heard about this run club conversation?
I've heard a little bit about it, yes.
So Mike's going to a run club today, his first one ever. And everybody in the office sort of leans into it saying, oh, like run club, Mike. Oh,
I had no idea.
You bring a nice shirt? Like that type of thing. And Mike had no idea. Mike's just doing this for the physical fitness part.
Kris, I woke up because I think I've told you before. I do 5Ks on the treadmill, but I stop in between each mile, water up, whole thing. 2 minutes, then do the next mile. Like I'm trying to go straight through tonight. And I woke up this morning, I'm like, all right, you got this. Like, you're going to run at your own pace. We're going to really push ourselves, but we're going to cross without stopping. And then I come into work today, and everyone, it's basically Love Island. It's
that's
basically
news to
The
me
Bachelor.
Too. I had no idea. I've been out of the game a long time, so I had no clue.
Yeah. So now there's not only there's added pressure of me, being a disgrace at this run club in front of pretty women, apparently. So or
pretty men. It is South Florida, 2025.
True. I apologies, but like I've been ripping push-ups. I've been ripping push-ups in the break. I've been loading up on water.
I will say treadmill running and outdoor running in
different.
South Florida heat with humidity are two different things.
I think adrenaline's going to do a big thing on him. Running with people, it's a lot easier to run with people than you think.
But these are people that do this all the time. I mean,
correct.
That's also different.
Chris, right, but he's not going to be sprinting.
Here's
well, it depends. If they set the pace
I think Chris, everyone in this office knows one thing. I will be hydrated. I've drank I'm probably getting close to 2 gallons of water on the day. Okay. So hydration won't be an issue. I don't have a problem with heat.
Just carb loading with
water. Yeah,
dude,
by the way, I run on empty I cannot run with like a full belly. So
you guys go over the bridge or anything?
Yeah. It's 4 miles.
I have no idea where I'm joining him, by the way.
I have the let's put it this way. I have the tracker that they sent out on social media.
There's a tracker. Wow.
Yeah, you go over the bridge and you come back. It's a giant circle. So
I know this. Yeah, I know.
We might run close to where we live, maybe. No, too far. Okay,
no, you're thinking
too far.
It's the two bridges.
It's
the 2 Palm Beach bridges from West Palm to the island.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Right.
I see.
They're like a half mile apart.
Other bridge.
No, we're not going all the way up there.
Okay.
But Chris, we appreciate you giving us the time. Football season's on the horizon. We know about that. You're a Florida State guy.
Yep.
Florida State received AP votes today in the AP poll. Did you know this?
I did not know this. I work for a living here, so I can't keep up with it.
We do too.
Leading up into the season, I'm curious. As a Florida State's perspective, we talked about this a little bit last week, and we all had different answers. Now, Miami, Florida State are interesting sort of case studies on the football side of things because they each have had a coach that has been there, between like the 3 and 6 year window where they've had ups and they've had downs. You're talking about Mario Cristobal. You're talking about Billy Napier at Florida. And you're talking about, of course, Mike Norvell at Florida State. I wanted to ask you, we talked about this last week. Which fan base, in your opinion, trying to put your bias aside or utilize it, which fan base do you think has the most right to be impatient this coming football season in terms of the football team's performance?
Wow. I would say not. I would eliminate Miami right off the bat because
you would.
Yeah. Well, Miami fans always think every year they're going to win a national championship. So I think there's hope for them.
But Miami hasn't done anything. You're thinking that, or eventually.
Well, no, but Mario Cristobal is a Miami guy. I mean, he's, I think, going to get a little bit more leeway because the history there.
He's also the shortest tenure of all the other coaches.
Right. Obviously, they're coming off, the best season of the 3. So I think there's a little bit more flexibility there. What's interesting is you look at, I think Napier and Norvell are both. No, actually, Napier's a losing record in conference since he's been there. Norvell's 500, and Cristobal's actually 500. So they're all about the same.
Yeah, it is bizarre. They're all similar situations.
I think the X factor for all of this is going to be who's out there to get. So I think obviously right now I do read a little bit. Obviously, Jimbo's floating around right now. Is wanting to get back into it.
Coming back into a Florida school.
Right. Well, just coming back in general. I mean, I think fan bases will start to get hungry when they think there is someone else out there that can help them to do better. So, I mean, that's a tough one. I would say, just again, Norvell has to, I think, have a good year.
I don't think Florida State's high on this list in terms of, I don't think they need to win 10 games. I think there's an expectation.
No, but I think you have to get to 8. I think you've got to get to 8 wins. And then I think for Florida, the difference there is that Florida, you've got a quarterback that still has a couple years left. So you can always pitch for the future. With Florida State, they've loaded up this year, but I think they have a decent amount of guys leaving. So if you get 7 wins this year, then what? You're looking at maybe getting 8 next year? I think that's where the fan base gets antsy and says, hey, we should be getting 10 wins. We should be competing in the ACC.
Even a year after they win 2 games.
Yeah. I still think the expectation is you're competing, you're at 10 wins, you're, trying to win a conference championship or go to a bowl game. SEC fans, I think, are hungry too, but again, I think you get a little leeway on the quarterback side.
What? No chance on Miami? I think it's Miami just because how last year ended, losing 2 out of their last 3 with Cam Ward, a Heisman Trophy-esque quarterback. You got Carson Beck this year, who 2 years ago arguably played like a Heisman, didn't play like one last year.
They spent a lot of money too.
Yeah,
no, but I think Miami. To me,
there's a lot of urgency.
Cristobal's the golden child there. Think about it. Like he's got the pedigree. He's been there. Who would you? who would you go after if you're Miami?
But Chris, I think the
do agree
added
with
pressure,
that.
it's the added pressure of you're spending a lot of money. And if you're not even going to get to the ACC championship.
Whether a coach is going to be fired or not is one thing. But I think you're also talking about an impatience
all right,
meter.
so fan base, I'll tell you on the fan base, they've been won since 01. They have the, as far as the other two teams, Florida's won a title before him. Florida State has won a title before him. I feel like and you mentioned that their expectation is to compete every single year. I think they've been dying to get back to a kind of relevancy. And I think they were there last year. Listen, they were relevant last year for about 10, 11 weeks until they stubbed their toes against Georgia Tech and Syracuse. So that's my selling point on the Hurricanes. The history that's there, the 5 national championships that they have, not winning since 01, and then last year of kind of tasting it. You tasted it as a Miami fan, but it got taken away from you before you could finish.
But I would think he would get another year at least.
I would agree with that.
I mean, I think the other two, again, you're looking at a two-win season, and then Florida was, 500? No.
So,
Florida won 6 games in conference.
By the way, I want to say, as far as coaches, I've read 5 articles in the ESPN, Fox, CBS, whatever, coaches on the hot seat, college. Norvell's number 1 on every single one of them. So
yeah, I can see that.
I think it's because of the 2 games. Now, you said 8 games as a Florida State fan.
I think 8.
I hear 6. I hear 7. I hear bowl game from other Florida State fans. Bowl game. Would you be upset if it was just bowl game, 7 wins for Florida State next year?
No, I mean, you look at their schedule, and I would say they have 2 gimme wins, right? They've got, off the top of my head,
I could pull it up.
An FC, two wins right there. So that means you got to get 6 others in conference with NC States and Wake Forests, and they off the top of my head, I don't think
so.
they
At Virginia, by the way,
Louisville.
At Virginia, home versus Miami, which is good. Home versus Pitt. At Stanford, tough game going cross country.
But
nationally televised.
It's still Stanford.
Nationally televised game. Home versus Wake Forest. At Clemson. Home versus Tech, and then you end the season at North Carolina, NC State, and at Florida.
Yeah. Again, I mean, look, as a Florida State fan, I don't know why we're talking about needing to get 8 wins because that's kind of standard. So that's why.
What do we forget?
They won 2 games last year.
Black mark on that. Just
the coach,
last
the
year?
coach that's still there. They won 2 games.
I'm saying they had
Chris.
2 wins. That's why, to me, you need to have a solid bounce back year because you're not in a rebuild. It's not like you're going from 2 to 6 to hope to get to 8. To hope to get to 10. You're not going to have that length.
We're in a state of college sports where you could almost reset, like they did, where they kind of went from the top to the bottom. You could also go from the bottom to the top.
Right. I mean, look, and not to get philosophical here, but I think when you look at coaches in general, I think you can look at what they've done, but you grade them by their worst seasons. Right. That's why I think Nick Saban, Bobby Bowden's a great coach. I would probably put him 2nd overall. I think Nick Saban's the greatest college coach ever just because you look at that. What are his worst years? Even Bobby Bowden never had a losing season. So, yeah, they win, but I think you look at the bad years because great coaches don't have 4-win seasons, 5 wins. I mean, they figure out a way to get that, especially when in today's modern world, you do have some gimme games on your schedule. So I think there's got to be a pretty big bounce back. But Napier's not that off either because 4 games into the year last year, they were already calling for his job.
The athletic director had to release a statement saying, hey, we're sticking with Napier for the remainder of the year. And
had they not made a quarterback change, they made it, and he brought him there.
And he got hurt, and Graham Mertz got hurt ahead of him. If that didn't happen, we'd be having conversations.
It's hard, to his credit, it's hard to go from a top 5 coach of all time in the sport and then find life after that. What was it, Willie Taggart? It was Willie right after Bowden, and that was
Jimbo.
Sorry, Jimbo, then Willie, and then we found ourselves with Norvell.
And again, I'm not breaking news here, but the fact that Jimbo's been going on radio shows saying he's coming back, I do think there's a wave there that people will start saying, "Hey, could we get this guy?" And again, I have no idea. But
being a coach is when there's an alternative out there.
Yes, that's when the fan base I think starts, and the fact that name is there again, Florida. But if you look at the landscape, I don't know what other big names, and maybe Jimbo could be a candidate for Florida, but I think that's where the fan base starts getting antsy is when they feel like there's a better option that could flip it quickly. Then they start really getting interested in seeing what the alternatives are.
I have to wrap my brain around winning 2 games, coach still being there. At my school, if you win 2 games,
he won undefeated the year before.
You could come off a national championship, you win 2 games, you won't be there next year.
I disagree completely. I mean, I think that's the ultimate lead. It's the ultimate leash. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, at that point, I understand everything kind of went off the haywire, off the rails. But if you want a national title, I mean, you're talking about that hypothetical.
But like the consistency thing is the point I was trying to make. Ohio State's at a level where they're not. I know I don't never say never, right?
But then if I asked you to, would you rather a national title and then win 2 games the next year? In regard, comparatively to 2-11 win season,
it's definitely a tight, but
you're making the choice for the national
it's a crazy what if.
I understand, but again, it's the fan base. And the fan base is crazy. They're fans. That's
exactly. But I like what Kris brought up about the consistency factor. That's why Bowden's the top 5 coach of all time. That's why Urban Meyer and Bear Bryant and Nick Saban consistently win. They're never going to put themselves in those positions where you win 2 games. I am not at all surprised Florida State fan being upset with Norvell and having him being on number 1 on those lists.
I love the moves they made on the coaching staff. The other part of this is you do have Gus Malzahn sitting there as your OC. So again, if the season isn't going well, the rumors will start on, okay, can he be the guy that takes over for the reign? Not that I like that.
No, Jimbo's coming back.
But I'm just saying, understanding how rumors start and stuff happens, I just think there's some pieces there they have to get off to a good start. Because I think then people are going to start questioning, it's backup quarterback's the best position in the world because everyone thinks that guy's going to come in and play amazing. So I think they've set that stuff themselves up. But at the same time, I also think they've got the staff that there are not as many excuses if they don't do well.
Kris Swogger.
Upgraded across the board.
Kris Swogger, the Keiser University Athletic Director, with us on Russo and Rizzo. So, Kris, you're looking forward to volleyball. You got football coming up, boys soccer coming up. You're going to be hoisting some more banners.
Men's soccer, it's college. So we have men's soccer, women's soccer. Yeah.
Working on it. I'm thinking about top 63 when they say boys and girls.
No, look,
which you didn't go to, by the way.
I know. Kids are back. They're getting ready for the season. It's around the corner.
The kids are back?
Yeah, kids are back. Kids are back.
The men and women are back on campus.
Yep. I was just playing off with you. Kids are back.
Right.
No, but it's an exciting time of year. I mean, if you're on a college campus, then, there's life again. In the summer, it kind of dies down a little bit, but looking forward to it. Volleyball tournament, I think we've got 8 teams. I think we play a team from Montana, West Virginia Tech.
And they're all coming in, huh?
Yep, they're all coming in. So teams from all over the country. We're getting ready. Again, football's traveling up to Indiana. So we'll be going up there for a top 10 matchup. I think Indiana Wesleyan's 6th in the country, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be 2 versus 6. Women's soccer, they'll start out number 2 in the country. I think week 3, we're playing Cumberland. So that's a top 5 matchup.
Wow.
And then men's soccer next week goes on the road to Barry. So they'll be going down to Division II team down in Miami, and then they'll get their season rolling. So they're going to be top 20 as well. So,
all right. Exciting times ahead with the fall season kicking things off here pretty soon. Kris, we appreciate it as always. Looking forward to talking next time.
All right.
Kris Swogger, the Keiser University Athletic Director, Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Christian Cat, taking a time out here.